So 1909, the first Lyric opened just up the hill where Hokie House is now on Main Street out here. It was, of course, a silent movie house. In 1927, of course, was when sound and motion pictures were first synchronized. And the folks here in the little town of Blacksburg were pretty far-sighted. They said, we think this is gonna catch on. We think this sound motion picture thing is a keeper. So they started thinking immediately about building a theater specifically for sound motion pictures. Got to work on designing in 1928, built the theater in 1929, and this theater opened in April of 1930. We just celebrated our 95th birthday here just a few days ago, April 17th. From the get-go, the community was very excited about the Lyric. We had a great relationship with Virginia Tech from the start. The opening night ceremonies, they showed off the light and sound, also the air conditioning. This was the first air-conditioned building in Blacksburg, so they were very proud of not only being just the third theater in the entire state of Virginia to be built specifically for sound motion pictures, but also to be the first air-conditioned building in Blacksburg. So they had 2 opening ceremonies that night. When you get a chance to go out to the lobby in a few minutes, you'll see the news release for that opening night celebration. They had the Virginia Tech band play that night. The cadets were here for the opening ceremonies, but they had to have 2 ceremonies because the cadets at that time had an 8:30 p.m. curfew. I don't think that would go over very well now, but they had a 6:30 p.m. Celebration and then a 9 o'clock p.m. celebration as well. The cadets were here for the first one and then scooted back over to their dorms before the second one started. So that opening night, they had a band, they showed off the lights and sound, they showed a film at both showings. The film that night was William Haynes, The Girl Said No. William Haynes has kind of fallen out of public consciousness now, but he was quite the star back in the late 20s, early 30s, and we actually showed that film again just a week and a half ago here as part of our 95th birthday celebration. So through the 30s, 40s, and 50s, the Lyric was really kind of the hub of entertainment right here in the original 16 blocks district of Blacksburg. At some point, they did decide to get that big CinemaScope screen that kind of stretched further from side to side. So they pulled out the organ and the organ pipes and put the big spread CinemaScope screen in here. The theater was operating as a for-profit theater through the 1980s. Of course, in the 1980s, we had megaplexes rising in the area. Home video, VHS, the blockbusters were starting to take off. And so a single screen historic movie theater was not really a viable business option anymore for the area, and the Lyric closed its doors in 1989. It didn't stay closed for very long. As a matter of fact, it was even used during those few dark years as a classroom for Virginia Tech while they were renovating the Squires building. Several community and political groups used the space, so it was still in use. But in the early 90s, 1994, Lindsay West and some of the downtown merchants came together and said, we'd really like to raise the funds necessary to renovate the theater and open it back up for our community, because they had been living here for decades and seen what an important gathering space it was. So one of their goals was to restore it back to its multi-use purpose, to be used for lectures, concerts, education, movies as well, theatrical performances, and all of that. So they formed our 501c3 nonprofit, the Lyric Council, in 1995, and raised about $1 million to restore the Lyric, and they put a lot of sweat equity into it, really did a lot within our community to build the excitement of bringing back the Lyric. Of course, over the decades, the Lyric had changed quite a bit from when it had opened in 1930. The walls were covered with gold chenille curtains all the way around. Of course, they had the wider screen, so the stage wasn't used. The lobby kind of looked like that prefabbed cubicle walls, and just not a pretty place. So when they started doing the renovations, they pulled off those curtains and uncovered these beautiful tapestries here that were here since 1930. Of course, they wanted to go back kind of to the original design, so they put in the smaller screen again that actually goes up into the fly space. So when we have theater productions or live music concerts, the screen can fly out and they can use the entire stage for their productions. So it was about a several year process for the Lyric. They did at the end of 1998 sort of do some soft openings, some events, some concerts, dances, that sort of thing as they were finishing it up. And on April 17th, 1999, they had the grand reopening celebration, exactly 69 years from when it opened here at 135 College Avenue.